Welcome back. It is my first multi-game review of the season. 2 games on this board, 3 games on the other, and tonight was just absolutely insane. Some sloppy play by some teams, and you have to think, well, it's very, very early in the season. There's still tons of time. There's no need to panic. Can't wait to see what the media has to say tomorrow. But at any rate, let's go ahead and start things off tonight by talking about Toronto and the Montreal Canadiens. It was Stolarz at one and Montembeault at the other. Both goaltenders were excellent in this game. One was a little more excellenter than the other. It's a word. There's a near miss for Marner. There's an early press by the Leafs. Domi and Savard are a little unfriendly, so the Habs come out of that with a power play. Domi's the only one that goes to the box. There's a glove save on Slafkovsky. That power play gets killed off. 3 shots on net on that power play. The shots, in fact, are 4-3 for Montreal at 3.5 minutes. We then get a power play for Toronto not long after that. The Boo Birds are out every time Domi touched the puck. I think they were out every time Pacioretty touched the puck too. So that Leafs power play is killed off. 4 shots on net for the Toronto power play. So both power plays hitting the net often. The Habs pressed at 6.5 minutes. Stolarz ends up holding on there. There's a glove save on a rush chance by Marner. The Habs draw a second power play. Newhook's robbed, and then on a tic-tac-toe play, Caulfield scores the power play marker at 7:48. Slafkovsky and Doc with the assists. It's 1-0 for Montreal. Stolarz then recovers after turning a puck over in his own end. So, again, showing he's pretty good there and doesn't get flustered. The Habs press at 9.5 minutes. Crowd really into it, and good, because there wasn't going to be a whole lot else for them to really react to, so they kept themselves occupied. Holmberg has a rush chance that's defended. There's a press by Montreal with 7 minutes left. With 3:01 left, the Leafs get their second power play. Pretty excellent kill by the Habs. They only allow 1 shot by Toronto during said power play. With 18 seconds left, the Leafs get their third power play of the first period. So that rolls over into the second period. The Leafs really struggle to set up, so that's killed off. Then there's a post for Nylander on a rush. The Habs press at 3.5 minutes. Dvorak is robbed on a net drive. There's a shoulder save on Oliver Ekman-Larsson as the Leafs press. I did notice that OEL was pinching often for Toronto as well. Rushes both ways, some good chances. Reeves can't bury one as he gets tied up in front of the net by the Montreal defense. Too many Leafs on the ice. The Habs get a power play. The shots are 5-3 for the Leafs at 8 minutes. OEL with a high stick, so the Habs get another power play. And that becomes 1 minute and 34 seconds of 5-on-3. OEL's denied on a break out of the box when it became 5-on-4, and then they kill off the rest of the 5-on-4. The Leafs press with 8.5 minutes left. We get a power play from Montreal. Early clears, power play's killed off, 1 shot. The Leafs rush after it's done. This game is still 1-0 after 2 periods of play. Third period, Matthews has a near miss and close. The Leafs press at 1.5 minutes. Robertson fires one high on a rush. Leafs press. The Habs get pinned down a bit, and honestly, this is where Montembeault really earns his stripes. We get power play number 4 for the Leafs. That leads to a shorthanded chance for Armia. That's saved. Then they rag the puck a little bit, keeping the puck away from Toronto. The Habs kill this off, no shots on net. So Toronto's power play progressively gets worse during this game. Or Montreal's penalty kill progressively gets better. Depends on your point of view. The fans call one, the ref doesn't. And then on that same shift, the fans call another and the ref doesn't. So the ref is informed that if there's a meter for suckage, he is not at 0%. He might be closer to 100. You'd have to ask the fans. So Caulfield has a rush chance that's saved. There's a near miss for Gallagher on a rebound. Then there's a kick save on a Newhook net drive. The Leafs are nearing 40 shots. Nothing going in the net, but they're almost to 40 shots at this point. Lorentz has a rush chance that's kicked aside. There's Monty chance again, and there were Monty chance for Montembeault throughout the game. The Leafs are getting stymied by him. Shots are 10-5 for Toronto with 4.5 minutes left. Goalie pull happens with 2:15 left. The Habs ice the puck with 30.1 left. Matthews is denied in the closing seconds, and this is the first time that Toronto's been shut out in almost 3 seasons. It's been well over 200 games since they last got shut out, so Montreal's 1-0. The Tony the Tiger magnet is on there because they're great. None of the NHL magnets survive the night. You'll see that, and we'll get over to what this one means in a moment. But Toronto's 0-1. The shots on net, 18-14 Toronto in the first, 13-6 Toronto in the second, 15-7 Toronto in the third. Final shots, 46-27 for the Leafs. Power plays, Toronto 0 for 4, Montreal 1 for 5. The hits were 20 apiece. Stolarz, 26 saves on 27 shots. He was very good. But Montembeault saves all 46 shots. And according to what I found, he's only his second career shutout. Yeah, Montembeault's an excellent goaltender. That shutout total's going to go up this year. All right, next up is the Rangers and the Penguins. This is the extermination magnet. If it's a 5 or more goal shutout victory, I don't feel like the no mercy rule works there. It's an extermination. The other team didn't even manage a goal. I did not know I was going to need 2 Dalek magnets tonight, but I've got it covered. So it's Shesterkin versus Jarry, and the Penguin fans start the Igor chants early. You know, the mocking Igor chants. You don't do that at the start of a game, not when it's the best goalie in the league at the other end. So the Penguins press at 2 minutes, but at 2:24, puck's gone the other way, and the Rangers have scored. Carrick scores from Trouba and Brodzinski. Carrick tips in a point shot. That was the first shot on net for the Rangers, and it was a warning of things yet to come. So the shots are 2 apiece at 5 minutes. There's a press by the Rangers at 6.5 minutes. Penguins not really being given much room with the puck. Beauvillier can't bury one. Igor holds. Beauvillier was one of the more prominent Penguins. The thing is, if you look at Beauvillier's career, he's not really a big goal scorer. So that's praise for him, and yet it makes you question a little bit in terms of the other forwards for Pittsburgh tonight. The shots are 5-3 Penguins at 9 minutes. Glass is robbed. Igor, again, just doing Igor things out there. The Rangers score, but it's offside. Don't worry, they'll get that back. Bunting has a shot that's held as the Penguins press. Malkin to Bunting. There's a near miss there. Igor's the reason this is still 1-0 at this point. Puljujarvi has a slot shot that's held. There's a near miss for Carrick on a 3-on-2 rush, so he almost had 2 goals tonight. And then Lafreniere goes 5-hole on a rush. Panarin with the assist at 17:23. It was a 2-on-1 that led to the goal. I think Jarry should have saved that, but yeah, Lafreniere was a nice shot, but still, you kind of want the save there. The Rangers press with a minute and a half left, and they would score. Kreider buries a rebound at 19:48 from Trouba and Riley Smith. So Riley Smith with an assist in his first game for the Rangers, playing against the team he played with last year in the Penguins. It's 3-0 Rangers after 1. And watching this, I was like, well, Penguins aren't scoring 4 against Igor, so it's kind of done. Second period, there's a power play for the Rangers. Panarin's denied. It's killed. Or it's cleared. They do kill that off because they had to, right? The Penguins can't allow another 4-0, and yeah, it's done. Not as if 3-0 isn't daunting enough with Igor at the other end. The last 15 attempts on net at that point were for the New York Rangers. There were some momentum swings, but only one team had the swing that mattered where it was going in the net, right? So there's an offensive zone penalty by Cooley, so the Penguins get the power play. The Rangers do kill that off. They're blocking really well at this stage of the game. Penguins press at 6.5 minutes. Igor holds. Shots are 4-3 for the Penguins at 7.5 minutes. Bunting has a slapper that's held. There's some Penguins momentum. And then at 9:39 on a rush, Hedl puts an end to that. Cooley with the assist. He goes far corner on that shot. And it's 4-0 for the New York Rangers. The fans starting to kind of shuffle out in Pittsburgh. The Penguins press to respond. Panarin's then denied as the Rangers are pushing for 5-0. Things get pushy. Sticks come up on a hold by Jarry. Shots are 10-8 for the Rangers with 6 minutes left. The Penguins draw a power play. Early clear by the Rangers. Trocheck's denied on a shorthanded 3-on-2. The Rangers do kill that off. Things are punchy on a hold by Jarry. We end up with 4-on-4 out of that. With 1:08 left, it becomes a 4-on-3 for the Rangers. And during that, Kreider's absolutely robbed. But it's 4-0 for the Rangers after 2. Third period, the Penguins finish the kill. The shots are 4-0 Rangers at 3 minutes. Good puck pressure by the New York Rangers anytime Pittsburgh has it. The Rangers press at 5 minutes. Schneider has a tipped shot that's held. Carlson then has a slapper that's blocked. The Penguins draw a power play, which leads to a shorthanded goal. It is Kreider at 11:35. He's in all alone. Really nice deke and close. Jarry probably had to look at the replay to figure out what happened there. The Rangers do finish the kill. Eller then has a rush chance that's saved. And then Trocheck buries a rebound and close to make it 6-0. Lafreniere and Panarin with the assist. That's at 16:59. Worsley, the last Rangers goaltender to have a shutout in the opening game for the Rangers. That was in 1956. So Gump Worsley now has competition with Igor Shesterkin. Your final score is 6-0. Like I said, this is an extermination. Thus the Exterminator's jersey here, which I will bring out. whenever it's needed. And I'm not wearing a team's jersey for the reviews when it's multi-game reviews. Too much, people make too much over what jersey I'm wearing. The shots on net, 15-10 Rangers in the first, 14-9 Rangers in the second, 12-10 Rangers in the third. They do outshoot Pittsburgh 41-29, which I don't think tells the whole story. When Igor needed to be sharp, he was. Power plays, the Rangers 0 for 2, Pittsburgh 0 for 3. Remember, that power play was a really big problem for Pittsburgh last year. It starts off 0 for 3 this year. Hits were 20-15 for Pittsburgh. Shesterkin saves all 29 for his 16th career shutout. And Jari saves 35 out of 41 at the other end. And now, for the first time in about 6 months, I have to change boards. So, this is the second Dalek magnet. You'll notice 80s, and I didn't have enough room for all the Canucks stuff here. So, their choke job is over here. But I used the 80s magnet, not the other one. I do need to get the score up there, don't I? Totally forgot. Alakazam, it's fixed. All right, so we're going to go to Winnipeg and Edmonton. Hellebuck versus Skinner. The good news for Oiler fans, Skinner tends to struggle in the first 3 games. He's usually good from the 4th game forward. So Scheifele's denied on a fast break. Early hits are drawing cheers from the fans. That's about as happy as they get. Connor Brown has a tip shot that saved. Scheifele then couldn't bury one in close. The shots are 3 apiece at 7.5 minutes. Not a lot of whistles. Pretty fast game. Doesn't stay that way. Teams trade rushes at the half. The Jets press with 8 minutes left. At 14:54, the Jets get on the board. Lowry buries his own rebound. Appleton and Niederreiter with the assists. So Nino on the board early. That third line prominent tonight for Winnipeg. The Jets then look to add another, and they do. Appleton wires one glove side. Niederreiter and Pionk with the assists at 18:35. So it's 2-0 for Winnipeg, and that building got really quiet. The Oilers do press to close it out, but it's 2-0 Winnipeg after 1. Second period, Arvidsson's denied on an early rebound. The Oilers press at 1.5. Connor fans on what was a likely goal for the Jets. Perry has a net drive that's blocked. The Jets press at 4 minutes, and at 4:16, off of a nice pass, Kupari buries one in close. That's the first goal he scored in 70 games. Morrissey and Appleton with the assists. At 4:36, Sandberg roofs one on zone entry. It goes bar down. Niederreiter and Lowry with the assists. It is suddenly 4-0. 2 goals in 20 seconds. The shots, 6.5 minutes in, are 4-2 for the Oilers, meaning the Jets had 2 shots, and they scored on both of them. The Jets end up drawing a power play, and they score on it. Connor wires one far corner. Morrissey and Scheifele with the assists at 9:32. It's 5-0. We're not even halfway through the game yet. So Pickard goes in the net. Fleury takes a puck to the face. He would skate off. Hayden Fleury, really, I think he's endeared himself to Flames fans tonight because he did come back and he was blocking shots late in this game. I know he endeared himself to his teammates. I'm going to guess Jets fans as well. Niederreiter has a rush chance that saved. The shots are 10-6 for the Oilers with 5.5 minutes left. With 1:37 left, the Oilers go to the power play. But there's no clear path to the Jets net. Jets are blocking everything out. So we go to the third period where the Jets finish the kill. Connor Brown's then denied on a turnover chance. Skinner fires one wide on a rush. Keep in mind that's Jeff Skinner because now both Skinners are in Edmonton. Fleury returns after repairs, and as I said, he was blocking shots. The shots are 5-2 for the Oilers at 4 minutes. Lots of zone time for the Oilers in that first half as well. We get a power play for the Jets. That's killed off, and then the Jets go back to the power play, and they score on this one. Scheifele tips one top shelf. Ehlers and Velarde with the assists at 14-14. The Oilers would press with 2 minutes left. They did everything they could except score. So that's the second extermination tonight. 6-0 for Winnipeg, so they're 1-0. The Oilers 0-1. Remember when they started slow last year? I can't see them doing that this year. Anyways, the shots, 9-8 Edmonton in the first, 14-7 Edmonton in the second, 7-5 Edmonton in the third. They outshoot Winnipeg 30-20. Power plays, Winnipeg 2 for 3, Edmonton 0 for 1. The hits, 15-8 Edmonton. Hellebuck saves all 30 shots for his 38th career shutout. Skinner, 8 saves on 13 shots, and Pickard, 6 saves on 7 shots in the extermination. All right, so Vancouver at home against Calgary. Vancouver had a great first period, and then they just stopped. So, Vladar versus Shilovs in this one, and coming out of this game, honestly, the faster Demko's back, the better. Early press by the Canucks. The Flames press on the next shift. We get a power play for Calgary. Aggressive penalty kill by the Canucks. That's killed off. The Canucks press at 4.5 minutes. There's a near miss for Besser. Garland misses one wide on a rush. There's a post for Sherwood. The shots are 5-1 Vancouver at this point. Miller hits Rooney. Rooney gets hurt on the play. It was a clean hit. It was a reckless hit of sorts, but it was just the proximity to the boards and all that. Miller kind of falls on him too. Did not make the Flames happy. But I will say this, Ryan Huska must have said something in between the first and second period to the Flames, because they would agitate the rest of this period about what happened with Rooney. It seemed like that lit everything off. And then it calmed in the second and third period, which favored the Flames. And it just seemed to get the Canucks out of their game. So the Canucks end up with a power play because of the schmoz that happens after Miller knocks down Rooney. Things are pushy on a hold by Vladar, and then with 1 second left in the power play, Daniel Sprong scores from Hronek and Heinen at 9:40. Bluger then fires one wide on a net drive. The Canucks draw a second power play. They score on this one too. Besser with a slapper from the slot. DeBrusk and Pettersson with the assists at 11:48. And then at 12:15, it's 3-0. Garland buries one from the inner slot. Höglander and Ratu with the assists. I put right there. Wow, like the Canucks, 3 goals in less than 3 minutes of game time. This could get completely out of control. The Canucks draw another power play, and then there's 22 seconds of 5-on-3 that follows that. But they don't see Mantha coming out of the box. Mantha picks up the puck and scores a shorthanded goal as it's become 5-on-4 at 15:49. He went 5-hole on that one too. And you could kind of feel that was like a switch, but the Flames would allow another goal. The Flames killed the 5-on-4 before. Besser scores right after the power play is done at 17:18. Miller and Hughes with the assists there. It's 4-1 for Vancouver. Mantha has a fight with Miller as the dislike's pretty high, although I think that fight helped diffuse things too. But yeah, it's 4-1 Vancouver after one. Second period, early chance for Coleman's held. Shots are 2-0 for the Flames 3 minutes in. Flames draw a power play. There's a blocker save on Weegar. They do kill that off. The Flames then press at 7.5 minutes. Things are pushy on a hold by Shelovs. DeBrusk couldn't bury one. The Flames rushed the other way. It was a much quieter game in that second period. Nowhere near as many scrums and pushes and punches. But the Flames would press, and at 17:01, they get another goal back. Rasmus Andersson buries his own rebound. Kadri and Kuzmenko with the assists. So after 2 periods of play, it's 4-2, and you know that next goal's big. So third period, early jump for Calgary. The Canucks had really been outplayed since the end of the first period, and Pospisil would score to make it 4-3 from Mantha and Ball at 2:41. He goes top corner from the slot. Again, I'm not saying that, like, oh, Shelov sucks or anything, but I really miss Demko on some of these. There's a power play then for Calgary, and they score on it. Weegar, off the face-off win, he scores. Zari and Kadri with the assists at 8:14. And then at 10:41, Marchessault buries one in close. Pahal and Bean with the assists. So Calgary finding some soft spots in that defense for the Canucks. There are a lot of new players on the Canucks that are still learning how to play together. But that would be the case with Calgary too, wouldn't it? So it's 5-4 for Calgary all of a sudden. Shots are 6 apiece with 5.5 minutes left, meaning Calgary had three goals on 6 shots to that point. It's a bit scrambly in that final 5 minutes with 2:28 left. The Canucks pull the goalie. They also call a timeout. And after Quinn Hughes blocked what would have been the empty netter, he gets the puck to Miller. Miller scores at 18:23, ties the game at 5. The Canucks would press for the lead, but we're going to overtime. So we go over here for the overtime. Kuzmenko steals. Weegar's then denied. Besser has a rush chance that's blocked. The Flames take over. They set up. Zari fires one high on a net drive. And then at 1:32, he goes backhand, forehand, and in. Connor Zary with the goal. Pospisil and Anderson with the assists. So it's a 6-5 overtime win for Calgary. So Vancouver, the first team to get the loser point this year. Shots on net, 15-5 Vancouver in the first, and then it's all Calgary. 10-3 Calgary in the second, 9-7 Calgary in the third, 2-0 Calgary in the overtime. Final shots, 26-25 for Calgary. So Vancouver really upped their ticket prices. People paid a lot of money to watch this tonight. Power plays, Calgary, 1 for 3, Vancouver 2 for 4. The hits 18-13 Calgary. Vladar saves 20 out of 25. I didn't think he looked great in the first, but he was fine after that. Shelov saves 20 out of 26. You need some highlight reel saves if you're going to win in the NHL, and got some nerves now when it comes to the Canucks. But we'll see. It's just one game, right? Just one game, no biggie. All right, rounding things out, Colorado, and Vegas. And this was far more wide open than I think either coach is going to be happy with. It's Georgiev versus Hill and Ivan. Ivan making his NHL debut. There you go. Early chances for the Avs. The Avs had the only shot on net 3.5 minutes, and it was a quiet start. Didn't stay that way. There's a net feed to Hurdle that gets blocked. The shots are 5-0 Colorado at 5 minutes, but they don't have a goal yet. Eichel to Barbashev, that gets picked off. And then Rantanen scores from McKinnon and Taves at 10 minutes and 48 seconds for Nathan McKinnon. That's point number 900 in his NHL career. It was a one-timer by Rantanen, glove side. Rantanen had a good game. But the Vegas Golden Knights answer right away. So at 11:15, Victor Olofsson. Now, Olofsson's one that comes over from Buffalo. Had some very forgettable seasons recently in Buffalo. Looked good tonight for Vegas. We'll see if that continues. The assist to Pietrangelo and Theodore. The Avs press with 4.5 minutes left. Vegas was defending better since it was 1-0 Colorado. And then Barbashev on a nice pass from Hanifin at 18:32. He wires one from the slot. Eichel with the other assist on that goal. It's 2-1 Vegas. And then they score again at 18:57. It's Stone on a tic-tac-toe play on a rush from Eichel and Barbashev. I want to say, too, just for the fact there were only 3 games on, they kept me hopping. There was a lot going on. So it's 3-1 Vegas after 1. Second period, the Avs press at 1.5 minutes. We get a power play for the Avs. Early clear in another, but then Rantanen would score during that power play. Another tic-tac-toe play. Makar and McKinnon with the assists at 4:15, but Vegas gets it back. Zach Whitecloud scores from Barbashev and Eichel at 5:49, so that restores the 2-goal lead for the Vegas Golden Knights. Taves nearly answers. He's denied by Aiden Hill. Vegas presses at 9 minutes. McKinnon then has a rush chance. That's held. Shots are 6-2 for Vegas, or the Avs, I should say, with 8 minutes left. There's a near miss for Stone from in close. The Avs press with 6.5 minutes left. Eventually, they do get a goal. At 17:32, it's Mittelstadt. It's a puck. It takes an Avs bounce to end up in the net, but Mittelstadt scores from Girard and Manson. With 1:53 left, Vegas goes to the power play, and they score on it. It is Olofsson with his second goal of the game. Theodore and Hurdle with the assist at 19:46. So that makes it, let's see, we got, 5-3 for Vegas after 2. Lots of goals. Third period, Annunen was in for the third period. Did it matter? Not really. Early press by Vegas. Kolasar is a net drive. That's blocked. We get a power play for the Avs on a play where Vegas had scored. So the goal comes off the board, and the Avs come out of it with a power play as it's an offensive zone penalty by Vegas. And right after the power play ends, Colorado scores. It's Rantanen with the hat-trick goal. Makar and Girard with the assists at 7 minutes. I believe that's the first hat-trick of the season. So kudos to Rantanen there. Remember, he's a free agent next summer, so his price will keep going up. Vegas gets a 4-minute power play, so this is just a bad penalty by the Avs. And Stone would score during the first 2 minutes at 8:29 from Eichel and Theodore. And then it becomes 4-on-4 during the second power play. Everything gets killed off there. And then Barbashev goes backhand top shelf. McNabb with the assist at 13:54. The Avs down by a bunch. They pull the goalie with 5 minutes left. At 19:23, Howden hits the empty net. Pearson and Stone with the assist. So Tanner Pearson with an assist in his first game in a Vegas jersey. Good for him. Your final score is 8-4 for the Golden Knights. So the Avs 0-1, Vegas 1-0. Shots on net 14-11 Colorado in the first, 8-5 Colorado in the second, 9-6 Colorado in the third. Final shots 31-22 for the Avs. Power plays 1 for 3 for Colorado, 2 for 3 for Vegas. The hits 18-15 for Colorado. Georgiev saved 11 out of 16. He gets pulled. Did not look great. Annunen saves 3 out of 5. And Hill saved 27 out of 31. So, let's all overreact to the first games for these teams. That's my expectation. There'll probably be a lot of overreactions, probably from media, fans, etc., etc. But it's quite the start, and sloppy play does happen early in October. So we'll see if that continues. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe in the event you've not done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.